Number two, um, children's need for both parents. Notice I didn't say men's rights to children. It is not about men's rights to children. It's about not children's right to both parents, but children's need for both parents. It's about children's need for both parents because both parents, whether it's by nature or by God, for whatever reason, both parents are checks and balances to each other. Moms tend to nurture and protect and listen and care. Dads tend to push and create encouragement to try things that are new. And if the child falls on a ski slope, the mom will say, "Sweetie, anytime you want to give up working for the ski team, don't worry. You can do what you want to do." And dad will say, "Get up and try again." And when mom isn't around, what do dads do? They tend to nurture more. When dads aren't around, moms do a little bit more pushing. But as a rule, when mom and dad are both around, the children get the protection they need, the nurturing they need, and they get the encouragement and the push that they need. So what do we know about children who do best when they have both parents? When children grow up in non-intact families. When I did the research for Father and Child Reunion, I learned that there was only one series of 4 things that together had to be combined in order for children who grow up in non-intact families, like children of divorce or children who are born outside of marriage, in order for them to succeed at the level that children do when they grow up in intact families. And those 4 things are approximately an equal amount of time with mother and father. When either is left out of the equation, children suffer. Second, the parents living close enough to each other so that the children don't have to give up friends or activities in order to see the other parent and therefore resent the other parent, that in order to see them, they have to give up friends and activities that they are invested in. And then they either undermine themselves and don't get involved in team sports and don't get involved in things that are healthy for their growth, or they don't have friendships that they really feel that they can be at their birthday party and support them in the way they want to be supported, and therefore they don't get supported by those friends in the way they want to be supported. Third, there must be no bad-mouthing between mother to father, or father to mother that the child can detect. Bad-mouthing does not mean only words, it means body language as well. Fourth, and this is new research, that couples that do family counseling after divorce or in non-intact families do much better than couples with the same socioeconomic background that do not do family counseling. Not family counseling when needed, but family counseling proactively, consistently. When children have significant father involvement, they do better in more than 30 areas we now know. When I wrote the myth of Father and Child Reunion, I only was able to document 26 areas, but now in the recent research, it's another 4 areas as well. And they do better in all social areas. And the most amazing social area is we usually think of a mother as more empathetic than a father. That's probably true, but especially toward the child. But children all over the world who have an equal or significant amount of father contact are more likely to be empathetic than children who do not. They're also more likely to be assertive without being aggressive. And just a little hint on the empathy issue. One of the reasons they're more likely to be empathetic is not because dads are more empathetic. It's because dads require, by boundary enforcement, the child to think of the dad's needs, the mother's needs, and other people's needs besides itself. Empathy does not beget empathy. Empathy begets the belief that you could be paid attention to and your feelings should be heard. People who are always empathized with often become self-centered. People who are required to think of other people in order to win, if you want to continue the roughhousing, you have to think of not poking me in the eye, not pulling me in the hair, not knocking me in the groin in order to get your way. And if you don't do that, if you don't think of me, there'll be no more roughhousing. And the boundary enforcer dad who says the moment he's kicked her hair pulled again, immediately transfers into say, okay, no more roughhousing. And when he follows through with what he says he will do, if what he asks for is not paid attention to, the child learns to think of somebody else besides herself or himself. When the boundaries are not enforced, the child thinks of how to manipulate a better deal. So the child prepares to be an excellent lawyer, but nothing else. And there are some wonderful human beings who are lawyers, by the way.